And welcome to part one of the American Babe Craft Along. If you're new here or if you did not purchase the Craft Along box, I don't care. I'm just glad that you're still here. We are going to be hanging out tonight and making the box together. So I'm going to just switch over here. Hey, Miss Robin. Trying to... No, it's not. Here we go. Hi, Starla. Okay, I'm just pulling up the comments on my phone so that way I can see them and not have to worry about them disappearing on me like they do if I don't have my phone up. So, all right. So I'm just going to go ahead and just jump right in so that way we can get to it and have fun. So, all right. In my email to you guys and on Facebook, I commented and I posted all of the supplies we'll need for tonight. So I'm going to walk you through it. And also, if you want to purchase a box, they're still on the CamiPageBoutique.com website, so you can hop over there and grab them if you want one. And it's right here. Yeah, the one I made that I should probably be using, that's I sell. I always forget about this stuff. I am so tired. I've been up since like early for me, not like Robin early. Yeah, there. I'm using my phone holder. Okay. Yeah, so if you want to grab a Craft Along kit, YouTube is not deleting my lives, so you can go ahead and view them later, or I might just, yay, Starla, record a tutorial for this one, because this one's actually a pretty cool cup. I'm going to do a different design if I do the tutorial, but it'll be the same steps, so to say. Okay. I know, Robin, that's why I even printed it for myself, so... Well, this design comes with a 20 ounce. And so if you're new and you don't know, or if you're not familiar with my craft alongs, what it is it comes out either every month, every other month, just depending on how kind of busy I am and how chaotic my life is at the moment. So this one was delayed just because of the, I had to wait for the printed vinyl. Poor Stephanie over at Vinyl Fun. She just had a bunch of stuff going on and I didn't want to pester her, but she finally, like, it's not like she finally got printed. That's not what I'm saying at all. It's just she got printed. And I haven't been in any hurry just because I've been super, super busy. But yeah, so this one's just a little bit behind, but it's okay. We're going to do it together. It's still ahead of 4th of July, you know? So in my book, that is a win. It's an absolute win. Okay, so this is the cup that you guys received in your kit. The kits, again, come with pretty much everything you need. I don't supply epoxy. I don't do glues because different people like different glues. There's allergies and all that stuff, but pretty much everything else comes with them. Robin and Starla, I know you guys are my go-tos to get them. Anything I'm forgetting about the box. So I'm just going to go ahead and start sanding this. The reason why I sand this, and you don't have to, but I don't like the finish on these. It's just, these are sublimation cups. I just get them because it's a 20 ounce cup. I could always upgrade them if you guys really wanted to, but I try and keep the cost as low as possible for these. So I'm just going to sand this down. We will be going over the steps, but just let. Hi, Scorpion. I don't know what your name is, so I'm just gonna call you Scorpion. So I'm gonna start off by sanding this baby. I'm not worried on whether or not I take off the white finish. It's not gonna be a big deal because we're gonna be putting down everything else over the top of this. But this is just a 60 grit sanding block. Use whatever you have, okay? You don't have to. Hi, MD Komol. I don't know your name. I apologize. So I'm just going to sand this down. If you're noise sensitive, I do apologize. I am. So oh, and also the craft alongs come with all of the cut files that you need that we'll be using on this cup, okay? So you get those as well, and you can use those as many times as you would like. All right, so I'm just taking my time, just scuffing up that surface. There we go. Okay, I just like to feel it and see if I've got any spots that I've missed, and I'm going to come in and do the bottom. And there we go. We are all set. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I like to use shop towels. I don't know if you guys are familiar with these or not. This is just what I use to wipe down my cups. You can use whatever you'd like. And I apologize if I keep on looking down. The comments are right here. Because, and I know I grabbed my alcohol. 100% I know I grabbed my alcohol. They disappear up here for some reason. So, I don't use acetone. And you know, it's like, oh, I was like, I know I grabbed it. It's right here. It's right here. So it's just 99% alcohol. You can use whatever you like. Now, if you were going to be going in with like an epoxy layer, I wouldn't recommend just using alcohol for this step. I would use Dawn Just Soap and Water because it can repel. But we're not worried about that for this. So I'm looking really quickly at something. Are you? Hi, honey. Hi, Xavier. It's evening here. So it's about 7 o'clock Central Time here in the U.S. So I'm just grabbing a cup chuck. So if you guys haven't seen, these are the new cup chucks that we sell over on the website. I like them. They work really well. You just screw them right in. Just like that. And there you go. Okay. So now that we've got this all prepped, I'm going to show you guys how to cut your vinyl. Okay. So this is the step. I could have cut this ahead of time, but I wanted to make sure to show you guys the steps because it's a little bit different than just cutting your vinyl. Okay. So you should have received an email with the SVG for this. And I'm going to walk you through the steps in just a second. But here's your Cricut mat. Don't look at how dirty mine is. But the first step on this, okay, is actually going to be flip this over, okay? You're probably like, Brooke, what the heck are you doing? Just trust me. All right, and then you're going to take Lincoln's been down here playing. Not when I have epoxy going, but he's just been down here playing, and all my stuff's all over the place. I don't know what he did with my scissors. Hold please, 1 second. Here's some. There we go. I don't know, it's like all of a sudden, like my throat is just being weird. Okay, so your guys' is already cut. I'm just gonna come in here and just measure mine really fast. Just gonna cut it right there. Your guys is already measured, mine is not. Valerie. Man, my throat. Okay. So we have our piece of vinyl. Yes, Starla, you absolutely do. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do, you guys have your blue vinyl. So this is just the blue vinyl by itself. And you're probably like, Brooke, what are you doing? Ready? We're going to peel the back off. Just like this. And we're going to stick it on the back of our mat, okay? Can anybody guess why I'm doing this? Anybody? So there we go. You know, okay, so what we're doing is, when I've done these in the past, okay, so what the steps that we're following is, can somebody tag Kim Palmer, because she's literally asking me the questions I'm covering right now. If I were to just stick this vinyl, like the stencil vinyl, right onto my printed vinyl, it's super hard to get off. Like, it is super hard to get off. It doesn't work the way we want it to. So by just attaching it to the back of our mat, because there's no adhesive back here, it's just removing a little bit of that tact. That's it, okay? So I'm just doing that here, okay? So I'm just going to pull this off, just like that. Now, my mats are no longer sticky, so just remember that, because I'm going to have to take mine down, okay? But I'm just going to take, now I'm going to take my printed vinyl just like this. Put that down. I'm going to tape my edges, okay? Now, I'm not worried about trimming this vinyl because we're going to cut the template out anyway, okay? So, all right, so we got our vinyl taped down. If you have a sticky mat, you don't have to do that, okay? Now, we're gonna come in and we're going to place the stencil vinyl. Oops. Is there a string right here? Okay. We're going to line up our stencil vinyl. It doesn't have to be perfect. With our printed vinyl. Okay. So there we go. All right. So now I've got my stencil vinyl over the top of my pattern vinyl. Okay, does that make sense so far? Are there any questions? I'm trying to get out any bubbles. So that's what I'm doing, is pushing this down. I can't find a squeegee. They were right there, but we've been so busy and we've actually been using them for other stuff. So that's what we're doing. Okay. So now I'm going to talk louder. Valerie, it shouldn't scare you at all. I promise. It's a lot easier. All we did was stick the blue to the back, pull it off, and now we stuck it to the top of our vinyl. That's it. That's not scary at all. I think it's just scary because it's new. Okay. So now I'm going to go over to my computer. I think you guys can see me. I'm going to hop chairs. Because, oh yeah. See, I'm still here. I'm barefoot. Don't look at my feet. This is a feet finder. Okay. So I already have this up and ready to go right here. So the first thing we are going to do, okay, is we're going to select the whole graphic, okay? So with Cricut Design Space, I just dragged and selected everything. Then I'm going to come over here to the right hand side, click combined, and click weld, okay? So what that does is it makes sure that everything's all lined up nicely, okay? So we're going to click make. Then we're going to make sure that we're in the right spot. So I like to move this over a little and down just because I have tape on it. And then we're going to change the settings to cut at cardstock plus, okay? I hope that makes sense. So on my Cricut, I turn it to cardstock plus. All right. My Cricut takes a second. It's in between cardstock and bonded fabric. And then I'm just gonna have this cut, okay? So here, I'm coming back. So does that make sense? So you're gonna select everything in your design space window, click weld, and then you're going to cut it on cardstock plus, okay? I promise it's not gonna be too bad, okay? It'll be okay. Here we go. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, now they're showing up. Let's check it in. Are there any questions about that? Does that make sense? All right, so while that is cutting, we're gonna get our cup ready. If you have an ultimate decal guide, this would be the time to grab it. So I'm just gonna take this, get it into the middle of the cup. And then I've got this nifty little marker that Lincoln left me. And we're just gonna make a straight line right there. Am I going too fast for anybody? You can tell me yes, I can cover anything you need. My Cricut likes to be a complete jerk sometimes, and it sounds like it's going to be. So we're just gonna have to go with it. So I'm gonna take this out because the arm's just gonna get by. And then while that is also cutting, I'm gonna get my paint ready. What the heck are you doing? All right, I'm gonna have to cancel this and cut it again. All right, so this is what my Cricut did. You like it? I'm just gonna have to do this really fast again. I wonder if I can save it. No, I can't save that. So I apologize, guys. This is why I always do 2 of these. Robin, let me know if yours messes up too, because I've done this before. I cut it before, and when I did my previous cup, like live with you guys, that's what I cut it on. But my Cricut literally just loses its mind every day. I don't know what's its problem. So, let's see. So sorry, guys. I'm going to have to tape this and cut it one more time. See, yeah, I was gonna say, like, Robin, it cut correctly for me last time I did it, but for this time, it wants to be a jerk. Try to see if I've got another, I might grab a different cutting mat real fast. I can tell it's not going to be my night, okay? It's not going to be. Let's roll with it. Let's turn this sideways. Oh my goodness gracious. It didn't, see, yours didn't cut through enough and mine was destroyed. It was obliterated. Gotta love it. All right, so I'm just gonna lay that down. Valerie's probably like, nope, not doing it. It's not this bad. I don't know why it's being this difficult. Okay, now we have it. Now we have it. Okay, I'm going to cut it again. I'm not going to use, just because my Cricut's being dumb, I'm going to go to cardstock now. And let's see if this, why? Oh, here's my, I told you Lincoln's been in here. The freaking squeegees. That one, and let's do that. Okay. Good thing this doesn't take long to cut. Alright. I promise it's not as bad as I just made it look. Wonderful time, isn't it? It's just great. Okay, so I'm gonna get the paint going like I talked about. I'll set that to the side just in case I need it. And I already cleaned out one palette specifically for this. Oh, it's sitting right here. Oh, I promise, Valerie, we'll get through it. Okay, so there's that. So, okay. Oh, it's all right, Starla. And you know what's funny is, so I cut one for Tammy. I don't know if she's on here or not. And I cut it even further. So this is less pressure that I cut for her, and it's still wigging out. So I don't know what's going on. I think I need a new machine. This thing's like 10 years old. So, all right. Did I send you guys Berry Patriotic or Sapphire Martini? I cannot remember off the top of my head, and I want to make sure that I'm giving you the right look and feel. All right. Doing my patty dance. Sapphire Martini. Okay, so I have Berry Patriotic. Let me grab Sapphire Martini. Oops. can work with this. Still not perfect, but I can work with this. All right. So there we go. So I'm not going to pull this up yet, okay? What I'm going to do instead is I'm trying to decide which transfer tape to use because I'm not seeing it. Oh, here we go. So I'll use the one I gave you. So here we go. So I'm just going to come in like this, line this baby up. So we'll just do that. Okay, so I've got this now, and I'm just going to peel the backing up. This time it's easier because I don't have to take all of the paper off at the same time. Here we go. So Valerie, something that's really funny, not funny, but about you being scared is, so when we did the craft or the convention up here, I told like all the stuff that I had all the ladies do was I was like, I wanted to challenge you. They're like, we don't want to be challenged, we just want to come up here and have fun. So I apologize if this is too big of a challenge, but I promise you guys can do this. All right, so I'm lining the lines up with the lines that we cut on the template, okay? So if that makes sense. It doesn't have to be perfect, but if you do get it lined up perfectly, then it makes it easier when oh my gosh, when the time comes to apply this to your tumbler. This one is just being like butthead. Like I did this so easy. I've done this slide already, like with the lightning bolt cut, and it was fine. And now this one wants to be just an absolute butt crack because I'm live and you guys are doing it with me. All right, so we got that going. All right, so let's smooth out this wrinkle right here because otherwise it's going to bother me. And then we're going to lift up and apply this to the rest of the design. Of course, that pulled up. There we go. Exactly, Valerie. That's really what I want to do because that's what I feel like I'm here for, because I don't want you guys to walk away with like, I just spent all this money and I didn't learn anything new. That was like the last thing I wanted. So that's what I was trying to avoid. All right, so now we're also going to do this a little bit backwards. It's because I want to make sure that all the pieces stay in place, but we cut through our printed vinyl, okay? So I'm going to come in like this, move the tape, my tape. And you could remove this ahead of time. I just have had a problem with the vinyl moving on me, so I didn't want to. I'm just pulling the outside tape on it. Okay. And if you guys don't need tape on your cutting mats, you don't have to do this. Okay. All right. Yes, Robin. Okay, so I'm just gonna pull this back and just pull the tape out like so. And now I'm just gonna come in and pull the blue and the vinyl. So I'm pulling both these off, but I'm leaving the template. Oh, and my Cricut didn't even cut right there. Wonderful. I need a new machine. Yeah, it didn't cut there or there or there for that matter. Okay, so at least you guys know it's not just me. It is my machine being just wonderful. So I'm just going to line this up. And cut. Yeah, it didn't cut like any of the side. It's just not my day at all. Didn't cut this side either. I will tell you, I'm home by myself right now, and it's glorious. Paige is at camp. Dane just left to go with his mom. Lincoln and Gavin are at the baseball game with Papa. And Nick is out of town. So I am all by myself. It didn't even cut up here either. So hopefully your guys' Cricut is not as bad as mine. Whatever. All right, so yes. So I'm going to come back in now that I did the cutting that my Cricut didn't do, and just pull up the outside of it, okay? So I'll get to, so I'm just popping this up. Again, yours won't be this hard because yours would cut correctly the first time. Yeah, that's how it normally is, except Paige is usually here with me, but she's gone. She's at camp. All right, I'm about to lose my freaking mind. I'm just going to cut this. Even both the dogs are boys. Are you freaking kidding me? And I've got to pee so bad, so it's making this like even. And I peed beforehand. Just everything's sticky. It's gonna burn down. Okay, kind of. Okay, we're gonna set this aside. All right, now I'm gonna pull up the blue, if it will let me. I'm not gonna go pee. This is why Nick needs to put a bathroom in the basement for me. You guys are probably watching because it's like such a freaking train wreck. But I hope you know it's not me. Well, it probably is me. I probably did something. But this is one of those nights where it's just gonna be like this. All right. So when I originally did the concept for this, I did it upside down. So if you look here, the lightning bolts are upside down. You can absolutely do it like this. I don't prefer it like this with those up, facing up, okay? So we're gonna make sure that we have them facing down. So I already came in and I did my line right there. And we also lined up the line of the transfer tape with the line of our decal. See that? So I'm going to cheat back a little bit. And I'm going to line up the extra line, so this one right here, with the line on my cup, okay? So the reason why I can do that, or the reason why I do that, is so that way I can wipe it off without having to mess up my vinyl, just in case, okay? So I'm going to try and get this in the middle of the top and the bottom. Okay, I'm going to cut this because it's really making me mad. Freaking, that's all I'm going to say. Alright, so I'm liking the placement. I'm going to get it lined up with that line. And I'm just going to push this down, okay? So, there we go. And Robin, you know how far I have to run to go pee. So, alright, so now we've got this on our cup. So you guys see how I use the transfer tape and that blue line to get everything lined up? That's what we're going for. So I'm just going to pull this transfer tape back just a wee bit. Get it? Because I have to pee a wee bit. Okay, I'll stop. And I'm just going to take the alcohol that's already on this from when we wiped it. I know, all the stairs. And I'm just going to wipe this off. Now, you don't have to. With the white glitter that we're going to be adding, I just want to make sure that it's not showing through. So I'm just wiping it off, okay? So there is this. And one thing I highly recommend that I forgot to do is really use your squeegee and push down your transfer tape onto your design. It'll be okay. I might just cry a little, but we'll get through it. So I'm going to tint this, and then I'm going to start pulling off the backing, okay? So this is going to be a little bit more difficult than your typical vinyl because we did cut through the backing. The reason why I do this is because if you don't, then I found that it doesn't cut through all of the vinyl. Okay, so I'm gonna go in like this and just pull those back a little bit just to get started. So you got this lined up, and now we're going to solidify that little bit of printed vinyl onto the cup, and this is just going to go like normal. So we're going to tint it, get that paper going, okay, and then we're just going to watch from this side and just push on the design, okay, making sure just to kind of pull this up a little bit so you don't get any of the vinyl not stuck to where it's supposed to. There we go. I'll pull it up a little bit and push down. Alright, so I'm going into a new section. So I'm going to go right here, pull it up. So there's little lines between the vinyl and for the designs, which I was going to leave in because it makes it a little bit easier to get the crisp lines for the design that we're going through. But these are going all the wrong places, so I'm just going to pull them up. Alright, so I'm going to pull this one off. How many of you, I'm just scaring even more right now with this. I promise it's not that bad. I'm just going to pull all this off. So see the little, okay, so I think it's okay now. We're just going to go for it. I'm just going to take my time. Push this down. Okay, I'm going to pull this up. Just the transfer tape, not the blue stencil vinyl. Trim it off. So it walked on me a little bit, but it's okay. I will show you how to fix that. And when I say it walked, what it means is like it's too high over here than it is over here. That's common in these templates because we have multiple pieces that are coming apart, okay? So I'm going to take off the transfer tape. This is just, we might just have to reschedule. Everything is just going wrong. Okay. So I'm going to pull off some of these extra little pieces, and that's what kind of caused the issues. So I'm going to pull these off. And see, there's a bubble right here, so that's where the issue came from. So I'm just going to pull this up, pull that up. This one up. It's this one that's stretched on me. I'm about to lose my freaking mind. I have it. I'm just trying to get this lined up because it's got like a big bubble in it. Yeah, so see, when I do that, then it gets back on track. And then what I can do is use that then as a guide to correctly lay down my other pieces, if that makes sense, okay? So I got that one going. Now I can just fix this one. And it just makes it go easier when you actually get the pieces fixed. Okay, because if they, so if you can see that, it's better. So see that? So that way things are lined up the way we want them to. All right, so I'm gonna fix this one now. So I'm gonna pull this up. Because this one is the other culprit that had a big old bubble in it. And then there we go, it's fixing itself, just like that, and then I can move this one down. Does that make sense, guys? I hope that makes sense. All right, so now we've got our template all laid down. It took me 50 years, and I almost gave up on cup making probably 3 or 4 times. But we're here now, and we're going to get through it. So I'm going to start removing these little stringy-majigs that are here in between those. All right, so now what we're going to do is the easy part. Guys, I need a new Cricut so bad. It like didn't cut, like, this is gonna be interesting. All right, so we have our lightning bolts on the correct way this time, so you can see this. So we're gonna leave this section, but now what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back and we're gonna take off the second section, okay? So we have, I can't really show this, but we're gonna take off the second section. So right here, okay? And we're gonna do it on both sides, all right? And this section is going to be white, and I'll explain why in just a second. Now, you can absolutely save these lightning bolts because they're really good lightning bolts. So that's why I kept my paper over here. So Kim would be so proud. There we go. And then we're going to come over here and do the same thing. So we're going to remove this lightning bolt. All right. Now, you're probably like, Brooke, why did we go through all of the trouble of putting on that blue vinyl? That doesn't make any sense to me. I promise it will. Just a second. So I'm going to put my other lightning bolt right there. And now I'm going to put my arm back in it. So are there any questions before I go into the next step? And speak now or forever hold your peace. I've got to like... Nothing? Nada? Okay, so you guys can see there. So that is, so Forever Jack's girl, Starla or Robin, can you link it and like post it, the link in here? It's on the CamiPageBoutique.com website. I do not remember I think I want to say it's like $45, but it comes with transfer tape, vinyl, the stencil vinyl, the decal, like the SVGs to cut out your files. It comes with 2 glitters, and then it also comes with 2 SVGs for 2 different decals, and the vinyl for those, as well as the vinyl for the pinstriping. So it all comes together. All right, so I am just going to go straight in with the glitter because the white paint really held up well. So I'm not going to paint it. I'm just going to go in with the Mod Podge just straight here. I gotta take off the wispies. You're welcome. Yeah, so Forever Jack, it's CamiPageBoutique.com, and it's the American Girl Bundle, or American Babe Craft Along. All right, so there we go. I'm gonna get my stuff going. What do you guys think of the new glitter? I haven't even released that glitter yet. You guys got it first dibs. Grab a paper towel. Oh, there's one here. Yeah, and if you order it, I could get this out tomorrow. I have all this stuff ready to go. So we packing orders all night. Oh, it won't. Dang it. All right, so that's just Mod Podge. Yes, Valerie. So that's a really great question. That is why I switched over to YouTube, because YouTube is not doing away with live videos. Facebook is, so that's why we're over here. I wonder if I can like take a break. Can I just like pause this? What's that? Oh, I don't know what that is. I don't know what just happened. I thought I could pause it so that way I can just run potty. Ooh, you know what? I think I can do this. Oops. Okay, there we go. I was able to add it. Okay, I will be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Let me know if you see any ghosts. Oh, stop it. You're fine. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Oh, hi, Joan. Thank you so much. Okay, so if you guys don't know, we are redoing our bathroom. So I'm in the basement, but right now our bathroom on the first floor does not work, is not in working order. So I have to run up 2 flights of stairs to get up there. So I'm a little winded, but I'll get through it. I'm trying to decide which paintbrush I want. I know, it's really far to go all the way up there. It's like, whew. Okay, there we go. I found the paintbrush I wanted. So I'm just gonna wipe it off. I like to have my paintbrushes just like a little damp, even if I'm just working with Mod Podge, because I feel like it just goes on better, okay? Now, the whole reason why I went through the heartache yeah, of putting this blue vinyl on this is because it makes this part so much faster, okay? So instead of us having to worry about not getting glitter or glue on the vinyl, this is a hack to make it go faster. Now, if your Cricut works and everything isn't going wrong, it's fine, but mine's been fighting me, okay? So I'm gonna come in and I'm just going to paint over. Ooh, there is orange paint in this. Let me try again. There we go. There we go. Okay. So I'm just going to paint it, not holding back. So look how fast this goes, okay? And Mod Podge dries fast. So that's the whole purpose behind this, okay? So you know what? I'm even going to do both sides. I'm going to live dangerously. Now I just realized that I did the wrong color first, but it's all right. You want to always start with your darkest color first. So we're just going to go with it though. I'm going to dry it. Okay, so you can see both sides are coated. All right. So this is the glitter that you got in your pack. It has not been released yet, and I think it's beautiful because it's sparkly, but it has no color shift to it. Okay. So we're just gonna come in like this and just sprinkle dinkle. And look at that. We have both of those sections completely coated. So since I went ahead and oh, there's my wedding ring I've been looking for. Hold on a second, I'm gonna put this to the side real fast. I'm going to do the bottom of it now, just so we can do the whole thing at once, all right? Of course. Dang it. Trying to see if I got white paint over there, because I sanded a little roughly. No, it's not. Okay, so we might just have to come back to that one. Oh, no, never mind. My white paint's right here. I was like, I thought I put it out. You guys can't let me. So I'm just mixing in some paint into my Mod Podge right here. So I'm just going to kind of paint this just right there. Just to cover up that one little spot. And of course it doesn't want to cover. Never wants to cover. Okay, so I'm just going to let that dry. I'm going to hit it with the heat gun real fast. And I'm just going to come back in with the coat of the Mod Podge and the paint and just go just like so. And it's okay if I get it on vinyl. that didn't coat very well. There we go. Pile it up just a little bit just to... All right. So there we go. We got the white section glittered and the butt glittered. So I'm just going to come in with a paintbrush. I'm not going to use like my big normal paintbrush because I don't want to get the spots that aren't dry yet. It looks like it's pretty dry from what I can tell. Actually, it is. It is. So I'm going to come in and do a second coat really quickly. So I'm just going to pour this back in the jar. Oops. And see if there's any little spots that I missed. I'm not seeing any, but I always like to do 2 coats. So I'm just going to rinse this off really fast. There we go. There we go. So the reason why I'm rinsing it off is because it had white paint on it. So if I were to just go in and do that without rinsing the brush in, I would have painted over all the glitter that I just put on there. So that's not what we want to go for. We want to go for coverage. So I'm just going to come in just right over the top of this and just make sure that I'm getting nice, even coverage. Now, what's really nice about the stencil vinyl is because we can apply it just very quickly, you can use less the Mod Podge. So I can apply the Mod Podge and just use less so my coats dry faster, so I can just move on and not have to wait a long time. Okay, so I'm just kind of coming over this section. This does take a little bit longer because we are going over raw glitter, like so. And we're just making sure that we're getting everything nice and coated. Okay, this side's not as dry as the other side. So when that happens, I just kind of pat it instead of dragging it. And I can usually get away with a second coat without pulling all the glitter off, okay? So again, I'm just patting it down, leaving the glitter in place, and loading up my brush so it's got nice amounts of glitter or Mod Podge on it. Not too much because we don't want it to overly saturated and then we're going to be waiting days for it to dry, but just enough to coat that raw coat of glitter and make a good adhesive for the next round. All right. Oop. There was like a little Remy hair in there for some reason. All right, so we're gonna let her rip, tater chip. Okay, so now we have that all coated and ready to go. And I'll show you guys the coverage that we got. So there's a ton of sparkle going on. So now, while the glue is still kind of wet, because it hasn't been sitting for a long time, we are going to pull some of the blue vinyl, okay? So, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm not going to pull it yet. I'm just going to wait and I'll trace the outlines of it. I'll show you guys how to do that tomorrow. Hi, Tammy. How are you? All right, so I'm going to stop here for tonight just because I want to make sure that this dries completely before I do the blue. Since I'm in, oh wait, no, I'm not. I'm going to do the butt. But then we'll stop for tonight because I want to make sure to let the white fully dry before we go into the blue. Otherwise, we're going to have a bunch of mixed glitter on our hands and we don't want that. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little more Mod Podge out and then come in like this. And let's do the butt. I forgot about the butt. Anybody making anything fun lately? Kidding me. That sounds amazing, Starla. So I'm just patting that down. All right, so now we've got that all. Oh, that is so awesome. I saw the pictures. Oh, awesome, Valerie. I'm so glad you got that done. I'm almost done with the tutorial for that one. I'm getting ready to post it. So I know a bunch of people have been asking for it. I'm going to probably do a couple of them because other people have asked about my turtle cup, getting that one posted. So I'm going to do that as well. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your evening. I will be live again tomorrow and I'll show you how to do this all. Or do you guys, so here's a question for you. Do you need me to show you how to do the blue? It's the exact same way that we did the white. It's just doing it for the blue glitter. Because then I can just skip, I can do that tomorrow. I can wake up tomorrow, glitter the blue, and then seal it, and then we can go into the next step. So it's up to you guys. Do you want me to show you how to do the blue glitter? Or do you guys know that you just pull these two right here? So it's the way it's doing is glitter, vinyl, glitter, vinyl. So you're gonna leave this one, you're gonna pull this one. Do you guys think you could handle that, or do you need me to show you that tomorrow? And I don't mind either way. I might just have to do a coat of UV resin to show you guys the next steps, if that's okay, instead of using a fast set or a normal epoxy. But it's up to you guys. You can handle it? Okay, so that's what I'm going with. So your homework for tonight is to glitter the blue section. Okay, so here's the best way. Glitter, glitter, leave this one. Blue glitter, vinyl, leave that one. Okay, so glitter it. If you start with blue, it goes a lot faster because then it's just drying all at once. And then if you can go in with a coat of epoxy to coat it, okay? And then we can go into pinstriping and decals tomorrow. So I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. And if I don't talk to you, hope you have a good rest of your week. But I will be on here again tomorrow at 7 o'clock. All right? So I will talk to you soon. All right.